Welcome to Success at MSCI, where your success is our success. Success at MSCI is about increasing the engagement and performance of our colleagues across the globe. It's a new approach that empowers you to take charge of your career, regardless of your tenure or level. After watching this video, you'll better understand how to use the 4 C's in your conversations with your manager, and be able to try out some tips for giving and receiving feedback in the most productive and effective way possible. You'll recall that success at MSCI is about setting real-time goals aligned to business strategy. It's about having regular conversations with your manager to discuss real-time feedback regarding your contributions, the connections you're making with your colleagues, and how you're developing your capabilities and career. It's about regularly seeking peer feedback so that you can be more successful. At the heart of success at MSCI is the partnership between you and your manager, with frequent check-ins and feedback as 2 critical elements for that relationship. Frequent check-ins are about the different kinds of conversations between you and your manager. Conversations that focus on elements of current performance and future performance. Frequent check-ins are intended to ensure that you receive ongoing feedback so that your efforts are in sync with your personal goals and the goals of the firm, clearing your way toward success. So what are the 4 C's? Contributions are how you deliver against your goals, how you perform with impact and contribute to your team and at MSCI. Connections are how you develop and reinforce collaborative relationships to result in a positive impact for MSCI and your career. Capabilities are how you demonstrate your strengths and apply these to ensure present success and future growth. Career is how your professional interests align with future opportunities at MSCI. The 4C framework helps you remember what needs to be covered in your check-ins. It's not likely you will cover all 4 C's at each check-in, but you should ensure all 4 are discussed at appropriate times throughout the year. The agenda for your check-ins is driven by you and guided by your manager. While you will talk about your contributions regularly, it's up to you to determine how often you will discuss your connections, capabilities, and career. Here it is in action. Eric is about to have his weekly check-in with his manager, Maria. First, Eric will ask Maria how his recent performance contributes to his team's goals.
Hi Maria, did the deal I negotiated with the new vendor help us lower our overall cost for the event?
Yes, Eric, I was really impressed with how you took the initiative to look for a new vendor. The price we paid was much lower than we expected and has given us significant savings from the overall event cost. Nice job!
Notice how Maria gives very specific positive feedback, increasing the likelihood that Eric will repeat this behavior in the future. Then, Eric will share with Maria his concern on an upcoming project he has recently been asked to support.
What else is on your mind? Is there anything that I can help you with?
I'm excited about the X project and it's a great opportunity for me to contribute as a project manager. But I am not 100% confident I have the expertise for this. I heard that Alex knows a lot about this project. Do you think he'd be open to spending some time with me so I could learn from his experience?
Good thinking, Eric. That's a great idea. You have a lot to contribute, but Alex does have a lot of experience in this area that could be useful for us. He's no longer in this team, but I'm sure he'd be happy to help you in any way. Jane also has a lot of experience in this area. How about I reach out to Alex and Jane and facilitate introductions?
Notice that Maria has offered to help Eric make a connection with someone to help him be more successful. In preparation for another check-in, Eric wants to ask Maria for some feedback.
I'd like your feedback on how I led the data management initiative. I think I manage all the key stakeholders well, but I'm challenged with keeping the team focused and motivated.
You've handled the key stakeholder individual agendas very well. There was some tension between June and Felix, and you helped to diffuse that early on. They are now completely aligned and working well together.
I appreciate that. I'm relieved that it did not blow up in my face. What suggestions do you have for keeping a team focused and motivated, especially during a lengthy initiative like this one?
In the future, I encourage you to regularly revisit the goals of the initiative during your weekly meetings. It'll help keep the vision front and center. Motivation can be tough, but try celebrating key milestones throughout the life cycle of the initiative. Recognize the contributions of each person publicly.
Notice that Eric has invited and received feedback that helps him understand how he can be more successful in the future. Eric decides to talk with Maria about his interest in exploring a formal management role. He thinks he'd like to manage people but isn't sure.
Thank you for the feedback and examples. I learned a lot and really found the work to be energizing. It's gotten me thinking about the possibility of exploring a role where I can formally manage people. I think I'd be good at it. You know me well. What do you think?
I was going to raise this topic with you myself. Based on my observations of your strengths and the positive feedback I've heard about your leadership, I think this is a great career path to explore. Being a formal people leader isn't easy, but I think you could excel at it.
Thank you. That is really nice to hear and it means a lot coming from you. What skills and capabilities would you recommend I focus on to better help me prepare?
As a leader, you need to learn to balance the big picture and long-term strategy without losing sight of the short-term goals and details. You have to focus on inspiring a shared vision and providing clarity so that people who look to you for direction and support are clear about expectations. In 6 months, we're launching this new product, and given your career interest, I want you to lead the integrated launch and campaign phase. You'd have the chance to fully own this effort. I think you're up for it.
I'd be honored to step up and lead this campaign. Thanks, Maria.
Notice that Eric and Maria have just discussed future opportunities that may exist for Eric. They have also discussed the skills, capabilities, and development experiences that Maria believes he should focus on that would best help prepare him for this career path. You've just seen a couple of ideal examples of good check-ins. Let's take a look at some tips and best practices that you can incorporate into your own 4Cs conversations. When giving feedback, time it soon after the performance is observed. Take time to prepare, deliver, and discuss. Share specific observations and examples about people's behavior and the impact of that behavior, not their personality. When receiving feedback, listen carefully. Use open-ended questions to clarify and better understand what the other person is saying, and be prepared to offer insight into your behavior. Explain your position. Using feedback, frequent check-ins, and the 4Cs will enable you and your manager to develop a strong partnership and empower you to take charge of your own career. You determine the agenda, and your manager will guide you. Seek feedback by asking how you can be more successful. This will help ensure that you receive feedback that helps you in the future, rather than looking back. Success at MSCI puts you in the driver's seat. You own your development. Your manager is there to guide you. This is Success at MSCI. Your success is our success.